back at it. Welcome to Hardcore Enduro, where it's all about getting out and riding the hard stuff. I'm George, the guy behind the bars and the voice behind the mic. And today we're riding Warner Ridge. Been out here for all day. We did a morning run up Sand Hollow Bluff over to Mad Moose Rock, then down Dinosaur Tracks. Came back for some lunch. There's a storm coming in right there. And we wanted to get one more ride in before the storm rains us out. Now, Warner Ridge is an awesome trail ride. It's mostly single track. There is a little bit of a deep trail on it, but it's all right on the ledge. It's very rocky, very bumpy, but it is still fast paced, especially when you got Kyle up ahead leading the charge here. He doesn't wait for you. He just goes. We had been riding all day, so unfortunately my battery does run out, so I don't get this whole trail in here. It does go on, I think, about 5 miles, and it's fun. It goes right along the cliff, so we'll get up here and you'll see what I'm talking about. So the whole time you're riding, you just got this awesome view to your right, and then also to the left you can see you're looking at Sand Hollow Bluff there, and now to the right you're just out looking over the valley here. And today it was just awesome because you had the storm, you had this dark set of clouds to the right. The Warner Ridge route does have two parts to it, but we parked, it was kind of right in the middle, and there's a big water tank there. It's a big flat area, good for staging, good for parking an RV. So we're able to park there on flat ground, and then you can kind of head out towards the bluff. You can do this route or that route. It's kind of a good location to hit all these trails up. This southern trail that we're on now, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It's going to get up close to this bluff here, and it's a big drop off the other side. You see what I'm talking about. Very rocky. There's a lot of fun little drop offs and step ups. There's some real, get some tight cliff areas where your tire's like a foot away from the edge. You got the old butthole pucker factor going on when you get the tire that close. You kind of just don't look at the downhill. You just focus on where you're going and get through it. Now you can go on the north side of the northern route of the Warner Ridge. And there's a big peak up there that you can get up to, and it's, I'm telling you, it's no joke. That was fun. I have to come back, do that one again to get it on camera. There's some other videos with it people have done, but that was like, man, I could ride that all day. Wind is picking up, so you can see the clouds out to the right and the wind just coming right up the bluff and blowing over, so it's pretty gusty. There you can see we'll get right on the edge. There'll be a lot of times they're just right next to it, which is awesome. Just that view off the left there, you can see Sand Hollow Bluff with the red rock, red sand, and then all the bluffs in the background. It's just pretty. Look how chunky this is. There'll be a lot of super chunky sections like that, a lot of sharp edges. I was worried about a lot of pinch flats, because I lowered the tire pressure to do the Sand Hollow ride in the morning, and I didn't air up the tires before this ride. Just look at that. Ooh, that's just beautiful. So when I watch other people ride in their videos, it always, man, I just can't wait to get out there and ride my bike. So my outro when I say get out riding against them, I hope when you guys watch this style of riding, trail riding, even the races and other fun stuff, that just motivates you to get out and ride. You know, it's hard. I'm usually like a once or twice a month kind of ride guy. Some guys can ride, you know, multiple times a week. I know my nephew, he's in 8th grade. He's riding every day now, so he's living it up. No responsibilities. But you know, it's hard to get out and ride sometimes with job and family and everything else, so it's nice to have some inspiration. And these type of videos, man, this type of riding, it just makes me want to get out and ride some more. Look at that sand hollow in the background with the white clouds and the blue skies. You got red rocks and you got the green bushes and then the cobblestone or rocky terrain around. I mean, this could be a postcard right here. Kyle's taking off. Let's get back to the ride. I gotta focus on what I'm doing here. Kyle, he's like a jackrabbit. You let him go and he just takes off on you. He never looks back. They'll leave you in the dust.
Beating you up here.
Tires have taken a beating today. Between the morning ride and now this ride, my front tire, I had a bunch of knobs missing after this. It's a Waukesha, and the Waukesha is just not the best for the rocks. It's kind of a track tire, so it's got the harder tread, and these rocks are just beating it up. Rear tires at 525 Cheater from Shinko. That's a pretty good one. It's not. Oh, look at that edge. Woo. No messing around there. But the 525 Cheater, you know, it's not a true gummy. It's kind of this intermediate tire that it's got tall knobs on it, which I like. It's a lot of the riding in the desert, a lot of desert riding, you know, it's sandy, and even the big hills that I ride out in California. You gotta have the tall knobs to get you up the hill. And the Shinko kind of does that. It's got the tall knobs, plus it's a little bit softer compound, so it still has a lot of traction in the dry rocks, as long as it's not wet. You need a gummy for wet stuff. I'm having a lot of fun on Case's bike here. The 250, like this type of riding, 250 is made for. Where you don't need that horsepower hit that the 450 has. You know, the 250 is a good bike. You know, it's still a 4-stroke, which the old 4-stroke battle between 2 strokes and 4 strokes. You know, the 250 is a light bike. It's not so torquey and aggressive like a 450 is. You know, it's a great flowy trail bike, in my opinion. Nice rock section coming up here. Little rock climbs, make it work. I like it because you got to have a little strategy to get up the rock. then it's going to get real narrow with another hill climb. And Kyle chooses poorly on his line there, and he kind of gets stuck in the crack of the rock. And then you'll have to push up there. He drops down in that crack there. So I see him drop down there, and I'm like, well, I'm going to pick a different line. So I do a little loop around, which I'm glad I did. You know, sometimes you got to do that. Just hard section, just plan a better line, and then execute and get it up. Look at that. Well done. I'm going to pat myself on the back on that one. Just taking some pictures there. If you guys haven't been up to Warner Valley or Sand Hollow or just St. George area, you guys got to get up here. This place is gorgeous.
Coming in.
Especially this time of year. Can't come in the summer. It does get darn hot. You know, it gets into 100 degrees in here. And then the winter, it does get snow. So this will be snowed out sometimes.
Looks like someone's done it.
Let's go, Kyle. Go. What are you waiting for?
There's a hard one.
A couple little stair steps going down. You just gotta let it go. I'm big to talk. I struggled so much when we were riding inside at Sand Hollow in the rock area. All the rock jeep trails. I was on some of those ledges. I was just getting. They were big ledges, and it just kind of getting in my head. I didn't want to go over the handlebars. These step downs weren't nearly as big. Coming down on those drop-offs, this bike has a blown fork seal. It was that way on our Nelson ride. And Sunday stores are closed, Monday stores are closed, so I haven't been able to go buy some fluid to change out the fork seals. I have the seals, I got the little kit to do all that in my rig, but I didn't bring the oil, so until I get some oil, I'm riding with the blown fork seal.
Right on that edge. Yeah, baby.
Kyle, he's really good about standing on the pegs. He's pretty much standing up the entire ride, which is good. It's going to help him right there. See how his bike kicked left? His rear tire just kicked out left. And because he's standing, he's able to just let the bike go, and it doesn't throw off his center of mass over the bike. If he was seated, you know, he probably could crash right there. So it's just a little lesson. You know, I watched the videos over and over and over again. It got hit the peg, and you know, you got to be aware of your body position sometimes. And, you know, ooh, look at that edge, right to the edge. Oh, you're gonna ride right to the edge right there. There was a couple other spots that were just, you were right on the edge. But standing up, you don't have to stand all the time. You know, you watch the pros, they actually do sit down quite a bit. But there's other sections when you got to kind of force yourself. Oh, I should have just launched it. How come I didn't launch it there? Dang it. There, Kyle's out of sight. So he doesn't wait. Just takes off. But I got to start. I did much better this time of standing up the majority of the time of my ride. A lot of times, you know, you get tired, you start sitting down, start paddling, walking the legs. And you got to get up on those pegs, kind of force yourself to get in a better position. And Kyle just took off, he's gone. trail reminded me a lot of the Sidewinder Trail, which is in Colorado, up above Montrose. I think that's how you see the city. But it's a side hill, very exposed. It has some really dangerous sections to it at the beginning. But it's very chunky and rocky. But you have these amazing views the whole time you're riding. You can look out over the valley. It's just awesome. Kyle, he's on that buddy pace. You got your solo pace, you got your buddy pace, and then I think you got race pace. When you ride by yourself, you know, usually you're taking breaks, stopping. When you ride with your buddy, you're pushing each other, going a lot. Like you're not stopping, you're going a lot faster than you would go, and then of course you got race pace, which is you're like going over your limits, like exceeding your comfort zone quite a bit. But this is good, you know, going faster than you normally would go, definitely making the ride more exciting and helping build my skills as far as like picking lines and getting over obstacles. Isn't that cool though? Look, the edge is right there. This whole trail is just going along the edge. So you can look to the right, you got this huge view. Look to the left, you got another huge view. It never gets old. There's a campsite back there. You could go camp right there if you want to go camp on the top of this cliff. Have a couple of beers and then walk over to the edge and don't fall off. Colin, who rode with us this morning, he was exhausted from the morning ride, which that was no joke. The Steps of Doom was really hard getting up. You know, all three of us had to pick up our bikes over the next step, and then over the next step, and then it just took forever getting to the top of the bluff. Wore us out, and so he stayed back. But I bet he's regretting it, and he's gonna watch this. Sorry, Colin, you should have went on it, man.
I think it snakes this way. That's a fast riding there.
There's a hard right here going down the rock, and I totally take a bad angle here. And then it's kind of angled down, so I can't plant my right foot to get a pivot.
Take a bad angle.
And looking at the video, I should have just launched it off the ledge right there. I'd see the trail goes. I could have just jumped it and landed on that flat section down below. So if you guys are coming, you got to one-up me. Just jump it off the ledge right there. Dang, I lost so much time. Kyle's going to be way ahead of me now. I hate it when that happens. This was a long day of riding, you know. Looking back, like we could, every morning you were like so stiff. It took forever to get the blood flowing, get your muscles loosened up. It was just beating you up, you know. You're walking around like an old man. But it out. It's just such a fun ride. And with that, this video is going to come to an end. We got still 4 more days of off-roading on our OAF trip, so got those videos in the works. They'll be coming out. Till then, get out, ride, and get some. Ew!